Hi everyone, Jim Hofmann. Today I'm going to be covering 10 key quotes from the famous book Think and Grow Rich, by far the most famous book on self-improvement, and really the number one book I believe to get your mind in the right spot for becoming successful and achieving any of your goals. And so we're going to go through 10 of what I think are the most critical and inspirational quotes in the book. We're going to start off with whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe it can achieve. And this is really from the very beginning of the book, and it goes into the idea that everything that is eventually made by man or a person is thought of first, and that it must be thought of first so that it can be followed through on to achieve the task. Next, the starting point of all achievement is desire. Keep this constantly in mind. Weak desire brings weak results, just as small fire makes a small amount of heat. Desire is the first of Napoleon Hill's key principles for success. You really have to have desire in order to go through with achieving anything that's difficult. Desire is the inspiration. It's absolutely critical, and desire is principle number one. I really like this one. You are the master of your destiny. You can influence, direct, and control your own environment. You make your life what you want it to be. This is so true for anyone who thinks about it. I mean, you really have to have your mind in the right spot and influence the direction of your life. You have to plan it out, take steps, go in that direction. This quote is a real concept in Think and Grow Rich. This next one's from the story in the book about someone who was searching for gold, and they had found gold and they expanded their gold mine, got all the equipment, but they didn't find the next patch of gold that would actually make them rich. And the next person who got the mine ultimately hired an engineer to help out, and they discovered that the prior person, who could have been super rich, was just 3 feet from gold, but didn't go in the right direction and quit too early. So before success comes in any man's life, he is sure to meet with much temporary defeat and perhaps some failure. When defeat overtakes a man, the easiest and most logical thing to do is to quit. This is exactly what the majority of men do. More than 500 of the most successful men in this country has ever known, told the author their greatest success came just one step beyond the point at which defeat had overtaken them. So this is so true. So many people probably quit right before achieving their goal. You're going to experience failure. Things are going to be hard. And it's really critical that you press on and try to achieve that goal. So here we go. Tell the world what you intend to do, but first show it. This is the equivalent of saying deeds and not words are what count most. A lot of the book, as you get further into it, focuses on action. Obviously, just thinking something isn't enough. You have to take action to move forward on your goals ultimately. And this is an action step, which is one of the principles later on in the book. Next, we have do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work with whatever tools you may have at your command, and better tools will be found as you go along. This goes right with that action step. But if you're going to start achieving something, you need to start. You need to take step one. Even if you're not ready for it, you don't have it fully thought out, you need to start taking action until it all comes to you. As you move along, you'll get better at it. I like to think about this with the 10,000 hour rule. To be a master of anything, you have to do it for 10,000 hours. And but the first hour is going to be really difficult. And so this is the starting point there. Dreams are not born of indifference, laziness, or lack of ambition. This is so true. Another critical quote. Remember that it is not the lawyer who knows the most law, but the one who prepares his case who wins. This is really going into 2 of his principles, one of them really critically being to be organized and be prepared. You really do need to do that. If you want to achieve anything, you have to organize it. You have to have the intention to go through with it. You have to take action. You can't just assume because you're the smartest person in the room or that you're very thoughtful that your task is going to come your way or you're going to win. You actually have to prepare before you do any task. Take the time, take the discipline, have the perseverance. The majority of people who fail to accumulate money sufficient for their needs are generally easily influenced by the opinions of others. This is another critical concept of Napoleon Hill and Think and Grow Rich is, if you're staking out there and you're making a new path, most people are going to live ordinary lives because they're not willing to take those risks or take those chances. And getting their opinions isn't gonna help you because they're not achieving great things. So if you want to achieve great things, you really can't, go off the opinions of others because they're going to tell you probably not to do it. Maybe it's something about themselves they don't want to fail, or they don't want to see you fail. Either way, it doesn't help you. Next, I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing love for all humanity because I know that a negative attitude toward others can never bring me success. I will cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them and myself. This is so fundamentally true. You can't go about your life being negative, being angry at others, being cynical. It's just going to get in the way of you achieving your own goals. And you really want to wish others and wish the best for them so that the best will come for you. I love this principle. It's further in the book, but it really gives you kind of good karma, good energy, and is absolutely critical. And since we want to do more than 10 things and give you one bonus, 11, every adversity brings with it the seed of an equivalent advantage. And the book has numerous stories of people who failed on one mission, one thing they were trying to do in life, but that failure set them up for success in the next thing they went to go and do. So every adversity can bring the seeds of an equivalent advantage. So with that, 10 great quotes, actually 11 with the bonus on Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, a book that is all about getting your mindset right so that you can begin to achieve extraordinary things because it all begins with mindset. Coming up, I'll be working on several of the chapters and key principles of Think and Grow Rich, so please hit the subscribe button and follow up with me so you can get more details.